Hello and welcome to the latest edition of Canutillo Convos. I'm here with Dr. Galaviz,
Morning.
and again we are pre-bond. This is the last Friday before the bond election. Election day is on Tuesday, and we will know on Tuesday how the community decided, what the community decided, and how they voted. We're obviously, Doc, just encouraging people to go out there and vote. It's an important day.
Yeah, it is, and again, tomorrow's the last day of early voting, so we still have voting here at central office
On Friday, yeah.
So November 4th is the last day, and then November 8th is a big day. It's a big day, like all voting. Voting for governor.
Yeah. We have Senate races in New Mexico. We have governor's races. We have congressional races, city council races, school board races, and of course the Canutillo bond.
Yes.
That's on the ballot here in Canutillo. This is a big election day. We expect a lot of participation. We've had early voting here in central office for 2 weeks now, and we see a healthy stream of people come in and exercise their right to vote. We have been busy, Doc, visiting schools, visiting and going to meetings and making sure that people are informed about the bond. We want to make sure that people go to the ballot armed with facts, that they make a decision, whether it's yes or no, that they make a decision based on what's best for their family. We are working extra hard to do that, because we know that there's tons of misinformation out there, tons of even malicious sort of speak out there on things that happened before that are inaccurate. But we want to make sure people understand the facts. People understand the reality of where we are when they make a decision.
Well, you look at the reality. In the reality, if you drive down toward Canutillo and I-10, you see TxDOT. They're trying to expand the lanes, the highway. Well, there's a reason, because we're growing. So either you accept and be proactive with the growth, or the growth's going to come and you're going to be reactive.
Right.
And that's where we're about. We're at a crossroads right now.
Mm-hmm.
That we're growing. Again, now with Uvalde, we want to invest in safety, security. That's number one, right? We got $11.8 to $14 million just on safety and security.
That and I want to really delve into the safety and security issue, Doc, because it's something that resonates with parents. It's top of mind. Uvalde, St. Louis, just a couple of weeks ago, and unfortunately, this keeps happening, and it keeps happening, and it keeps happening, where schools are target of violence, and we want to be ahead of the game. We want to be proactive in making sure that our students and our staff feel safe. Effective learning can't happen if we don't feel safe.
It's like, and when you have learning, you invest. You invest in resources, you invest in materials, you invest in personnel, your teachers, your instructional coach, your literacy, math. You invest. Technology, STEM, robotics. I was at CMS yesterday with Ms. Rosowski. She's showing me kids creating wind tunnels, energy saving, electric cars. You invest in it because that's the future. Well, same thing with safety and security. You need to invest in it because it's not back in the day, because schools weren't built
with that
for what we're dealing with. Schools weren't built for what happened in Uvalde, St. Louis, Parkland. They weren't built. And so we need to address it here on the ground. And that's a way, again, we partnered with one of a leading safety security experts in the country. Came in, gave an assessment to our safety security committee. They talked to the board last week. He was on there, and that's all we want to do is keep our kids safe and secure.
And we can't go into too much detail because these safety plans, by design and by law, are not public, right? We don't want too much info out there so that it doesn't get breached. But what we can tell the public is that some of the things we want to do include upgrades to our camera systems, smart cameras that in seconds can detect an intruder, in seconds can alert the authorities. We're talking about digital locks that within seconds of an intruder coming in can lock every single classroom door with the touch of a button. We're talking about communication systems, camera systems, fencing, even infrastructure, building vestibules to really control and monitor who comes into the school, how they come into the school. These are the type of investments that parents want us to make, but unfortunately, they're not funded. They're not funded by the state.
Well, and they're not funded. I mean, right now I think $56,000 a year we get
Yes.
for safety and security.
That's
nothing.
I mean, that doesn't even cover a camera system, really.
Doesn't even cover like those tags that you put on your windshield, or so and again it goes back to, if we're saying kids are our most valuable resource, then let's invest in them to keep them safe.
Yeah.
Let's invest in all our kids here in Canutillo to keep them safe. And I mean, again, like I said, Uvalde, there's kids and 2 teachers that are not going to experience Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Yeah.
Their Sweet 16, homecoming, Friday Night Lights.
All these rights of life. Yeah.
And you can't get that back. And so if we don't do it now, then when?
Yeah.
When do we invest in our kids? We have a police department. We're doing our best, because again, with or without the bond, we still got to keep our kids safe.
Right.
We still need system and mechanisms that to make sure that the staff goes home and the kids go home to their families.
Well, you spoke of this consultant we hired to do an assessment of our systems and our infrastructure for safety and security. M6 Global. It's a national leader in safety and security. What stood out to me, Doc, is when they assessed our systems and our infrastructure after coming in, spending several days studying it, is that we're okay. We're okay. That was their message, right? But this is one of those instances where okay is not okay.
Okay is not okay.
We need to be better. We need to be best at this, because even one incident is too many. And this is one of those cases where we're being reactive is not good enough.
Yeah, we're always, and that's what, like I said, schools weren't built for that.
Yeah.
The mindset of a teacher is to teach, to be open, to talk. And again, it's, and so now you want us to, lock
huddle.
classrooms
Yeah.
and huddle. We just came back from COVID where everybody, out in the open, 6 feet away, and now we're back to, and let's create a system and a structure, a mechanism, rules and procedures that have a maximum of effect to keep our kids safe, so they can learn, so teachers can teach, and principals can principal, and parents can parent.
Yeah.
And kids can thrive in our learning systems. That's all we want to do.
Yeah, it's the proposed upgrades would put us on, and this is according to M6 Global, the safety and security experts, would give us really the Cadillac of safety and security systems. And That's what we want to be. We want to be at a place where we know we feel confident and certain that we are doing everything we can to provide safe and secure learning spaces.
Yeah, no, agreed. I mean, according to Mike, it put us on a map,
Mm-hmm.
not only for the region, not only for Texas, but for the nation.
This would be a huge investment into safety and security.
And why not?
Yeah.
For every why, there's a why not.
And why not? And so we're encouraging people to learn more about it. Log on to our website, click on the bond link, and learn more about it before heading out to the polls. We do encourage you to vote, whether you're going to vote yes, vote no. We still want to hear from you. We want to make sure that you are, that we listen to the community. After all, these referendums are all about that, listening to the community. We've been doing our part and making sure people are informed.
And I think that's the flag that I serve. The flag that I serve is about democracy.
Right.
Whether you agree or disagree, the majority rules.
Right.
And so, just come out and vote. Make your vote count.
And Doug, speaking of making news and voicing opinions, you were as a citizen filed an ethics complaint based on some signage. I won't go too deep into it, but just it's out there. We wanted to address it. You're talking about playing by the rules and want everybody to play by the same rules.
Well, again, it goes back to being a veteran. Happy Veterans Day coming up November 11th for all you veterans who served our country. Thank you. And because our country has rules. It has a constitution. It has laws. It has that you have to follow. And so last year when we went out for the bond, right? They put a flyer on my own home. And I was like, wait a minute. What is this? First you agreed with the bond and then now you're disagreeing? Wait a minute. I didn't understand it. And then I found out that they're illegal.
Right.
And so I was like, no, last year I took it. This year as a citizen, my rights are protected too. I have the same rights to go out and file an ethics complaint for people who I deem that are violating the rules. And that's what I did. That's what we teach kids every day. If you see something, say something. We teach kids that, right? We teach family, we teach our staff. If you see something, say something. I saw something and I said something. I did it formally because again, they don't come and talk. They just sit there and again, I just like I said, I'm a citizen. Last year I took it. This year I'm not.
Right. Well, we're going to move on and do our part.
Move on.
We're going to do our part to make sure that that facts and figures are out there for the public to digest and make a decision based on that. And again, November 8th, Tuesday, Election Day. We're asking everybody to go out and vote. Vote yes, vote no, however you want to vote. Just come out and vote so we know.
Again, and I mean, to be able to vote, and I think of some of the countries I've been in where that has not been the case.
Right.
And in this country, to be able to have your voice on that one day, and whether it goes your way or doesn't go your way, at least your conscience is clear. I did my part as a citizen.
Well, and I think we take it for granted so many times. I've been, and I'll tell a personal story. I'm 100% voter. I'll vote on a Texas constitutional amendment election. I don't care, right? But, my mom became a citizen about, I'm going to say 4 years ago. It was 4 years ago, as a matter of fact. and she voted in her first election 4 years ago, and she was very proud to go out there and do it. She had voted in Mexico before, but she had never voted in the United States, so she was so proud to do it, and was very motivated to go out there and do it because of the national politics that were happening at the time. Now, just last week, I got a text message from my niece in San Antonio, and she tells me, Tio, I can complain officially now because I just voted for the first time. She just turned 18. So I was proud of her as well. And just like that, I know younger people are getting involved. They're more aware. Social media is helping and do that as well. I don't think we give young people enough credit for being aware and being engaged. So good for them. And all this impacts their life in our lives. So the future is bright.
The future is bright. Team USA.
Yeah.
Team Canutillo. Team El Paso. Let's go.
Let's do
Get it.
Well, we will talk to you then next week, and we will update you on what happened with the election and other things going on in Canutillo. Have a great weekend, everybody. See you at the polls on Tuesday.
Hopefully, next week when we talk, we'll be by-district champions.
Yes.
So that's the next week. I don't want to jinx it. But
Go Eagles.
Coach Brooks and his coaches, I know they always come up with a good game plan. And basketball season started, and so got a lot of great things going on. Fine arts, we had a mariachi.
Mariachi.
Up there at AMS.
Mariachi and theater.
The theater.
Yeah.
Just great.
That's
what
a
was
good
the
word.
song they were singing yesterday at AMS?
Ahí en el Rancho Grande.
Ahí en el Rancho Grande. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, thank you, everyone. See you next week.
All right. Take care. Vote.
Right.